Now, the song called On Eagle's Wings, very much famous piece of church music. So I'm using this score from Catholic hymnal. I like the intro, though it sounds, the first four measures of the intro sounds like it's something not from this song. There's no material used in this for this song. Just kind of like, sort of like harmony movements. But it's okay. Sometimes we do the whole intro. Sometimes I just cut it. And starting from the fifth measure, you know, if I don't have time to play the whole intro, so I play it from here, which is the actually the material from the song. Now, since this song has a quite unusual melodic movement, so which is a C sharp. So in D major, that's a seventh tone. It's a leading tone to D, but that's the first note that actually the song starts for the cantor. And for some of them, well, as you probably in your place, you have volunteers. They're not really musicians, so I have lots of those kind. So that is for them, it's really hard to get that C sharp, plus having G major chord with it, so which makes from the first tone of the G major to C sharp major, it makes a tritone. So kind of like edgier interval. What I do when I finish the intro for the last two measures, I prepare them, so sort of giving them that C sharp that they can hear before they actually get in, and then when they have to strike that C sharp, I also play it for them like this. For some of them who has a little knowledge of the solfeggio and theory, music theory, so for some of them, enough just to have one C sharp. For some of them, I play all the time. Every time when there's like then in a third measure, C sharp again, G major. So I play that C sharp for them. Basically, like keep playing that all the time for them. Now the tempo, well, in the church where I play, they all like a faster tempo, basically for all the songs. So the tempo for this song is approximately 80 beats per minute. So kind of like faster than normal, which is okay. I'm fine with that. I also add up some extra chords to harmonization, like for the verses. Just like passing chord or sometimes some substitutions. I have a download harmonization at my website if you want to check it out. Well, like, let's say it's so instead of staying for the whole measure with D major seventh and F sharp and the bass, so I change it to just change the bass to D on a third beat, something like that. Well, some other interesting movements. Plus, what I found interesting here in the refrain, that in original harmonization, so this is a D major stays for two measures, but then E minor, and so on. The harmony changes in every measure, or even twice a measure. But for me, it was sound kind of like not complete for these first two measures, because keeping the D major for two measures is kind of too long. So I add up B minor seventh for the second measure, like this, and it's a parallel minor chord to D major, and it leads you to the chord on the second tone, which is E minor. Plus I add up some like E minor ninth. Plus anyway, we have F sharp here in the melody, so it's there. Those sort of things. Now, what else I do in this song? It doesn't say anything in here, but I like to do before each refrain on this I like to make a little tenuto, so that wouldn't go exactly la 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 like a machine. And so it's sort of like, yeah, it's a slightly tenuto. And then back to the previous tempo. And for the last, after the fourth verse, for the last refrain, I do even more. Even, like a longer tenuto. Well, yeah, and I use the original ending for the song. And another interesting thing I do, I do a suspended fourth here. I don't play just the regular. So, and in that measure I do just A, and then I make a rest, let the cantor or choir with congregation singing this with no piano at all, and that you won't believe, that sounds so cool. I like to hear the congregation singing this, plus making it another ritenuto of his, and then I come back to this measure with my usual noodling, how we call in my place. So basically that's it about this song. Stay in touch. God bless.